Let's actually get into it, and then we'll hear, because I mean,
So we're about to finish this saga.
literally the next song here is called Thunderbringer.
Let's
So
go.
we are probably getting introduced to Zeus here.
I am
Whether
so
it's that
psyched.
voice or not, I guess
Hello
we'll
from
see.
Germany.
Germany, hell yeah, nice. That's awesome.
Yes.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
I love it.
It is.
That's the voice. Yeah,
That's it.
It was Zeus. Yep. Of course, a fucking chorus.
It's all the same once I apply all the pressure. Thunder, bring her through the ring.
Even in this one, Zeus is a little horny.
The judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning wield her, use and yield her. Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature will be revealed. Tell me, Odysseus, if I were to make you choose the lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they lose? Enlighten me, king of Ithaca, since hunger was far too great. I wonder who'd take the weight of the damned and suffer a gruesome fate. The Thunderbringer, hear
Something like that.
Bring your ears until you're deaf with fear, and spear you while your death is near. Lightning wielder,
I like his voice.
yield your time, for you have passed your prime. Sublime you for your act of crime. Choose. Choose? Someone's gotta die today, and you have got the final say. You or your crew.
Oh, jeez.
Make me do this.
Don't make me do this. Oh. Become a meteor. The suffering. You get that motif now too. Oh no. Wow. Oh, the organ.
Church organ. That makes sense.
Captain? I have to see her. But we'll die. I know.
Oh man. Wow. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, my first initial reaction there was like, I'm surprised that song ended on like such a happy chord.
Yeah.
Like that, you
Very
know?
interesting.
It was such a like a moving piano part at the end there, but it ended on such a like a peaceful resolve, like a lift. But it kind of feels like that lift didn't fully musically there's a lift, but
was just
story wise it's like there's still some
very
weight to it where it's
lackluster
like
lift.
like I'm going
I'm
to
alive.
make it, but
I'm alive.
but yeah.
Holy shit, that went places.
Oh boy. Do you think they're all dead now?
Yeah,
That's got to be it, right?
he made his choice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
So, one of my more interesting points that I noticed, the way that Zeus sings. Obviously, it's very bellowy. He's the god of all gods.
Sure.
But musically, how he's singing is very indicative of his character too. Did you notice that? He has longer tones, longer notes, very drawn out.
That's true. Yeah, he does.
On top of the actual tone, the phrasing of his singing,
Yeah.
very indicative of this like big bellowy god
For sure.
that is so massive.
Just to be here like
Pride is a damsel in distress, hiding away where only I can undress her.
yeah, it definitely, because especially with a lot of these other characters, they're kind of either like singing really fast or like even almost kind of rapping a little bit.
There's a lot of flow
There's a lot
and
of like
stuff.
flow
Really
and
cool
stuff,
flow.
and he just has like a slower pace.
Yeah, like
with
the first
with his
verse
vocals.
is actually faster paced than the whole rest of the song.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's very
Lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they lose? Enlighten me, king of Ithaca.
I guess he's
since hunger was
singing fast here, of course. I keep picking the places that.
but the chorus especially.
afraid of the damned and suffer a gruesome
Which one is that? Is it Thunder?
Yeah, Thunderbringer.
Yeah. There you go.
show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning wielder, use and yield her. Show her what she can conceal, for true nature
Yeah.
will be revealed.
Yeah, you definitely get those like
Yeah.
longer
It's
tones.
also
like
really
you said.
cool.
Yeah.
Like right from the get go, he's like talking the way that he's talking about this concept of pride is very metaphorical and very lyrically heavy. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's just like this concept that is like very manifested, and he's just like breaking it down because he has that power to like just break everybody down, and like the pride goes away and egos go away, and like their true self is revealed through shit like this. Like
Definitely.
you are your friends.
One thing, so the point that I wanted to bring up before in the previous song, but I was like, let me wait till this song. It's really cool how this saga has all these motifs and stuff. We love seeing these callbacks and motifs, but does this saga have its own identity? And I think that's more in the suffering part, where there's like, I can take the suffering from you. I think that's where this saga has like its own, thing. Because I feel like even with the underworld, I feel like we didn't get really too much of like a distinct, like, here are motifs from the underworld, or like something that really stood out. Because when we hear all these callbacks, like, oh my God, you have the Cyclops saga. Oh my God, Storm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
'cause I think
so we go nuts because of all these other like songs that are established.
I think the
So-
underworld was a very specific type of saga.
Which
when
I
you say
agree.
it like that, because there's only 3 songs.
Yeah.
and it's this very pivotal moment in the
Right.
story, which was the point where like a lot of callbacks had to be
Yes,
thrown
of
in
course.
to like haunt him, and then
Right.
here's this like total personality shift.
Yep.
So I didn't even think of that. So that's interesting.
So I think it
to-
makes
to
sense for
point
the
that out.
underworld to not, if it weren't to have any motifs, like it, Underworld of Saga is the one to have
But
that.
this saga's
But-
already making callbacks to itself, which is cool.
Yeah. But I think the whole suffering,
callbacks
I can take the
to
suffering from you, is like, that's the identity of the Thunder Saga, I think.
Yeah.
At least within all these like other motifs we've been hearing, this is like sort of like the new line we're starting to hear.
Yeah.
That's kind of been introduced into the Thunder Saga. And so I'm curious moving forward, like with the sagas moving forward, like we're going to keep getting these callbacks, like, like Just a Man and all these other ones. So I wonder how much of an identity the next few sagas will have.
It's interesting, to think about, like, or like place bets on like what what are going to become motifs as we continue.
Right,
on this
exactly.
road. Yeah,
Because
it's
even when
interesting.
we first started, when we first listened to the Troy Saga, we're like, okay, yeah, like this was fine. Like we liked, the songs
But then
and
it
whatnot.
kept coming back.
But then once we started hearing them come back in the
Yeah.
Cyclops Saga, then it was like, oh, now I have more of an appreciation for the Troy Saga.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just keeps going forward. We're listening to the Ocean Saga, and now we're hearing both the Cyclops motifs and the Troy motifs, and it just keeps going, right? So I wonder how much more room for new motifs we have moving forward.
Until it's just the entire song full
until
of
it's
motifs.
just like
Yeah.
but it's like this whole Thunder Saga was just filled with the
Yeah.
previous stuff that I almost felt like the Thunder Saga itself didn't have its own identity. But I mean, obviously the
Similar-
sirens had like the fiddle.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
You know?
Similar to the Underworld one, it's kind of like, it's just like we're in the middle here. Let's do all these callbacks.
Yeah, and it's necessary for the story
Absolutely.
to have all these like.
But
Things keep
it's
coming
also
back,
interesting that it doesn't have too much of its own identity.
Yeah,
Well, I
it
feel
has
like-
a little bit though.
I feel like the Thunder Saga does, but not in the same way the other ones do because
right.
of that. And I can imagine it's not gonna stay that way because now we're kind of past the middle point. We're like passing the middle point. We're like, we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll
But,
see. I
but
guess
yeah.
that was my worry since now that we've passed the middle point. We are nearing the end, or we're not nearing the end yet, but we're getting closer to the end of this whole thing. So a lot of points that were brought up in the beginning are going to be tied up and resolved and stuff. So we're going to keep getting like, this is when we become a man. Like, when does a man become a monster? This is when they become a monster. Like, can we greet the world with open arms? Like, yes, we can, and I'm still a warrior of light. Like, they'll start tying all these
Right.
things in. But when we get to Vengeance Saga, it's like, is that going to have its own identity, whether maybe it's through a new character, because then they introduce a new musical motif, and then it's like, okay, and then they sing a specific line, and then now we start to tie that in, So I think with this one, we kind of have like sort of this idea of suffering that kind of came from the sirens,
Yeah.
like Full Speed Ahead is still in here. I'm trying to see if like where was the suffering? We don't have to sit here and scan through
The
it,
one
but there
that
was.
starts off with Penelope.
Oh, was that what it was at the beginning?
Yeah. Oh, this
Yes,
is
you're right.
the
You're
very-
right.
the
You know
very
what?
first song.
There it is. Yeah, the very first song is establishes the new.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cachette said there's callbacks to Underworld. I'm okay with asking you what they are if we haven't noticed them.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can.
Because I love that song.
Sure. What are the callbacks to Underworld? I have the Laura and Thunder bringer. If you like to know why Zeus came.
I'm assuming Zeus came because Eurylochus killed a cow,
Right. He killed.
and the cows are like sacred in this mythology.
There might be more to it, but I mean, yeah, the initial
I
just
can
kind of
imagine there
like.
is, but-
Oh, they're later. Okay, they're saying that it's later. The,
okay.
Excuse me. The callbacks.
He killed the cow, the sun god.
Oh, the sun god is Helios. So the sun god obviously isn't, because Zeus is the god of lightning. He's not the sun god, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's okay. Even if that's a slight spoiler, I'm not.
That's
That's
I don't
fine because that
consider
clarifies
no.
that like they to go back. Oh no, sorry. If we go here, I'm sorry. The fourth song.
Lower your weapon, my brothers. Why?
Yeah, so it's bursting with cows, blah, blah, blah. The god of the sun. But when they... I keep scrolling, hold on. We need to get away, these cows, and now we pissed them off. Who do you think he'll send? So, like, we killed the friends of the
That's
sun
that's
god,
so
so now the
interesting.
sun god is going to go run and tell Zeus.
That's really interesting. They
and
just
Zeus is going to...
totally skipped over Helios.
Yeah, I can see why maybe we might have been confused that the sun god was Zeus.
Yeah.
Even
I
though
thought
I've never
they just
heard
like
him...
kind of joined them
Yeah,
together.
I've never heard of him as the sun god, but that
Right.
makes sense because he's not.
Yeah.
But we didn't get the name Helios here, but that's what's going on here.
I wonder if why the decision was to skip over Helios at all. Maybe Jorge didn't really feel like it was worth it.
It could be a length thing. Like I've got 5 songs to kind of cram this part of the story in here. So creative liberties and stuff. You know, I don't know how involved Helios was in the story. I haven't read the Odyssey, so I don't know.
Oh, all right.
It was Helios' cow. So Helios said, "If you don't punish Odin and his crew, I'll put the whole sun in the underworld."
You killed my cow.